Hi everyone! Today I just want to make a quick video on what do I use for my tarantula setups. So that will include what kind of tanks do I use, what substrate do I use, decor, and how do I keep them. So yeah. But before we begin, I would like to give a shout out to Sabrina's Tarantulas. She has some very, very good videos. I think that you should check them out. She's got some really good care videos and setup videos, and she's got some really cool teas as well. So to begin the video, we'll talk about spiderlings, or slings for short. So what do I keep my slings in? Well, these are the standard deli containers. So as you can see, I've pierced some holes in them for air holes. There's probably about 12 holes all the way around. Basically, I know that some people get quite technical and they like to heat the pins up and then use them on it. All I did was just poke some pins through it. Nothing special, so it's pretty easy. I bought these out the pound shop, or if you're from America, you'd probably call it the dollar store. In here, all I've basically did is put some eco earth and a fake leaf for a hide, because slings don't really need that much. These guys are lucky for a centimetre in leg span, so basically, yeah, all I've done is put a fake leaf in each of them for them to hide behind and feel secure, and some eco earth, enough if they want to burrow or whatever they want to do in there. In terms of water, do not give spiderlings a water dish. They could drown. You really, really don't want that to happen. It's a bad idea. So all you need to do in terms of water for these guys, all you need to do in terms of water for these guys is use one of these. Fill it with some lukewarm water and give them a few drops each. Once or twice a week. You really don't need to do any more than that. I tend not to mist mine because it can make them nervous and they don't quite like it. So I find it best to use these, because you can just put some water in it and give them a few drops each. Enough to make it dampen a bit of the substrate, give them a bit of water. You don't need to do too much for slings, do you know what I mean? As long as you're giving them water. It depends how quick the water dries out, but if you've got a good damp bit of substrate, you should be okay. But again, once or twice a week's fine to water these guys. Just a couple of drops will do it. Usually I put a few drops round the side and maybe one or two drops of water on the leaf. So if you don't know what eco earth is, this is it here. Sorry, the bag's been opened. Yeah, eco earth. So basically, I actually got this off Amazon. Now, Amazon's actually pretty good, because I don't really like the brick form. I mean, it's quite annoying having to break it all down and stuff and wait for it. So yeah, what I would do is, when you get your eco earth, if you're getting a new tea, get your eco earth, put it in the oven in a container and bake it for like 20 minutes. Kills off any living organisms in there. So when you've got your tea and you've got your eco earth in, what do I put in here? Alright, so basically what we've got in Horace's tank here, Horace is my green bottle blue, the Chromatopelma cyanopubescens, he's hiding, but for bigger teas we give them a water dish. Now these water dishes aren't actually that great, they're fine for slings, but I tend to find a bottle cap is much better for the bigger ones, because I feel like these little ones that I've got, they tend to dry out really quick. I don't know why that is. I assume the bigger versions of them are okay, but these ones dry out really quick. So I tend to really dampen a bit of the substrate and overfill the dishes at least once a week again for the big guys. So yeah, what I've got here for a hide is a cocodome. So I'll just show you what one of those look like, because Horace has decided to web his up. So basically that's what that looks like. It's just half a coconut with a bit cut out, they can go in there, they feel secure in there, and they are quite big. They're really good actually, they're big enough. You can also use, I've got one of these for Boris the Bee Smithy, so you can use them as well, they look pretty good. Again, for the fake leaves, again they add some good decor in there as well. I've given fake leaves to a few of my teas there. Basically, again, if you want to see, I bought a bag of these fake leaves off Amazon. I think they were like £4. I'm not sure how much they would be in dollars, but I'm assuming that wherever you are in the world you can order something really similar. And there's a lot of leaves in there, so they're going to last me a long time. There's one thing that I got, and it's okay, but I don't know if I'm going to continue using it, and that is sphagnum moss, because I find that it does actually dry out really quick. It doesn't really work as well as some would say. So it's up to yourself if you want to use it or not. Some people say it's just a hiding place for crickets. I don't really use crickets, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, Horace has got like a sort of vine thing going on here. So there's lots of leaves on there, and as you can see, instead of using his own hide, he's decided to create his own, which quite a lot of teas do. You give them a hide and they might not use it. Most of mine use their hides. Horace made his own, so he used to use the cocodome, but he doesn't anymore. I don't know why that is. Yeah, so that's the basic setup really. I don't know if I've missed anything. Oh, there's one thing I would like to cover, and that is the subject of heat mats. Now, I have to confess, in the beginning I did use heat mats. I was worried because I lived in Scotland. It can get quite cold here. But then I realised I've actually got a pretty warm house. So, oh, Beetlejuice is having a wee groom there. Nice, just in time for the camera. What I did realise is that my house is actually pretty warm and I don't need them that much, so I decided to get rid of them, and I can tell you, my tarantulas are thriving. They're fine, they're happy. My house gets really warm, or if it does feel cold, I'll put the heating on for half an hour and it heats the whole place up. So, all's well. There's Diesel, the rescued tarantula. He's doing great. Decided to pop out a wee bit today. And again you can see that Diesel made his own hide as well. But yeah, there's the bottle cap that I would use. It's just basically, it was a bottle cap off soda water, so I thought that was pretty safe. All I did was give it a wash out, make sure it was okay. Yeah, so that's really all. There isn't, tarantulas are so easy to keep. People always think that they're so much hard work, you're going to need heat lamps and heat mats and it's going to put your heating bills through the roof. I don't have any of that stuff. Heat bulbs are a no-go, never use them. Tarantulas don't like them. They don't need light blaring in at them, it's not fair. There's Boris the Bee Smithy. Started off as a 1 centimetre spiderling, he's easily 2 inches now. Looking great, Boris. So yeah, again, what I got Boris here, see that pink plant? That was supposed to be for an aquarium, like a fish tank, but I like the colour and I thought Boris would like it too, so I got him that. I think it's pretty. Again, I just got that off Amazon. You don't really need to go all out and buy expensive decor. The tarantula does not care whether it has fancy decor or not. In fact, the less decor the better probably. Do you know what I mean? They don't need a whole deal of stuff. Feeding usually depends. Some people only feed them once a month. I am quite guilty of feeding them once a week, only because I like to feed them, to see them and stuff. I know that I should probably lessen that, so I'm going to try. But yeah. Again, and tank wise, these are really cheap. I can't remember how much I paid for this. These are a little more expensive, the glass tanks. I prefer the glass tanks. But but I know that if you're going to have a whole lot of them, then you probably can't afford all the glass tanks. I mean, if I extend my collection, I won't keep buying glass tanks, do you know what I mean? This is what Boris was originally in. When he was in a deli cup, and he was in there and he had a heat mat. Sorry, I know that heat mats are bad now. So when I got Diesel the rescued tarantula, it was time to rehouse Boris anyway, so I did that, and basically Diesel got this. So yeah, I've got some glass tanks, I've got some plastic tanks. Some people use shoe boxes. It's fine. Do you know what I mean? It's not a big deal. The tarantula does not understand and does not care what it's living in anyway. Do you know what I mean? So, and for slings, deli containers are perfect. Or some people like to keep them in the pill vials. So yeah. There's not really a whole deal else I can say. If I've missed anything, let me know. But I think that covers pretty much the care and how I look after them, and really how easy it is. It's so easy. They're easier to look after than a hamster. They're tamer than hamsters, I think. Hamsters are more likely to bite you because you interact with them a lot more, whereas tarantulas, you kind of just leave them to their own devices. And the other great thing, if you're considering getting a tarantula, is that you can go on holiday for a month and not have to worry about them. You really don't. They can look after themselves, and they can go so long without food. Like, honestly. You can just give them that food when you get back, or just feed them just before you go, overfill the water dish before you go. When you come back, it doesn't matter to them, because in the wild, tarantulas live in a burrow, and in that burrow, they don't actually come out or move very much. And when they do come out, they're lucky if they walk a little bit away from where they live and go back in just to get food, and they don't always eat that often. Some of them can go months without food. Take the Grammostola rosea for example. They go on huge fasts and don't eat. So I mean, all my guys are pretty good feeders, so they eat quite regular, but yeah, some of them can go on fasts. So it's not cruel to go away and leave them, because in the wild they wouldn't be eating all the time anyway. In fact, I think, as I said earlier, in the hobby we're quite guilty of overfeeding our teas. I know I am, and I know it's something that I'm going to work on. Maybe not feeding them so much, especially the larger ones. I think for spiderlings it's okay to feed them once a week, because you want them to get by that danger zone, so that when they become juveniles, do you know what I mean, they make it to that stage. But yeah, for adults, I'm going to have to start feeding them once a month. Oh well, I think that's everything covered. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll be back with another video soon. Please like, subscribe and comment if you want, that would be very nice. Alright, bye everybody.